Wow, it's been quite a week, hasn't it? I hope you had as good a week as I did. I had a week full of transformation and realizations, a week of a lot of introspection. I did a lot of high heart this week. I dealt with some life issues consciously. It was a wonderful week, and I hope yours was just as good. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about prayer, contemplation, meditation, and the path of Dharma. It's been said that there's spiritual awakening path is like a three-legged stool. It has meditation, contemplation, and prayer. And a three-legged stool is better than a two-legged stool, that's for sure. But if you add that fourth leg, it's even more stable. And the fourth leg is the Dharma. So I'd like to talk about this a little bit with you. Let's just visit about it. Meditation is stopping your thought. You're just stopping your thought, but with the intention of focusing on spirit. Whether you're using a mantra or you're focusing on the center of a mandala or beating a drum, whatever it is, you get one pointed in your mind. You stop your thought and you focus upon your higher self, upon spirit, upon the divine, upon God, however you perceive that God to be. Meditation is a sacred time. It's a time of surrender, surrendering all of your life, all of your thoughts, all of your feelings to spirit. Meditation is beautiful. The second stool is contemplation. Contemplation is really, I think, necessary. You need to contemplate your life. You need to contemplate your teachings or whatever path you're on. Contemplate eternity. A good contemplation to use would be to contemplate on the fact that God is omnipresent, that the divine spirit is everywhere, that there is no place that the divine spirit doesn't exist. In Jnana Yoga, they say that if something has a beginning and a middle and an end, then it's an illusion. So they go through life saying, not this, not this, not this. It's an illusion. You contemplate on that. Not this, not this, not this. And then later on, after many years, you do what's called a tantric maneuver. Instead of saying not this, not this, not this, you say this. No matter what happens, no matter what you see, this is God. This is the divine. This is the divine creation unfolding in front of my eyes and my awareness. So as you contemplate, you're kind of loosening up the structures that you were given at birth, whether you're contemplating a book, a teaching of some sort, contemplating a technique that maybe somebody has given you, but you're thinking about it. Contemplation is an intentful expression of your mind. You're very intent on focusing on one thing, whether that's teachings of Christ or teachings of Yogananda or whatever. There's all of these things you can contemplate on. Spiritual things I recommend highly. So you have meditation, you have contemplation, and you have prayer. And prayer is where you find yourself. This is my definition. Prayer is where you find yourself in a situation where you don't know what to do. You don't know which direction to go. It could be something going on in your life that involves someone else. Maybe you have a child that's sick and you're just worried about it. So you're praying. You don't want the child to pass. You want the child to get well. So you pray earnestly to God, to whoever you pray to. So prayer is very important because in prayer, you're reaching outside of yourself to that higher nature that you have, that nature that is above this world, that is above all of this. And you're pulling that energy into your consciousness, just pulling it in. And you're focusing it on a desired result. Let's say the desired result is to get a new job. So you take the power from your meditation, where you have touched the divine, where you have, without a doubt, felt the divine nature in your heart, from stopping your thought. And then you combine that with your contemplation. God is everywhere. There's no place that God is not. God is in everything. God is in the new job that I would like to have. I am in God. I and the new job are one. We are one together. So this becomes a prayer. You're invoking that divine, perfect spirit into something that's kind of troubling you or causing you concern. And prayer is very important. We need to pray for each other. We need to pray for each other's enlightenment. And the path of Dharma is your action. It is the action you're taking toward your prayer, the steps you're taking toward what you just prayed for. So you can meditate and contemplate and pray, but I think it's also necessary for you to walk in the direction of your prayer. If you want a new job, then you start dusting off the resume and putting it out there. You can't say, oh, I want to work for this company because I heard that they were hiring, but just say you want the perfect job. That's really what you want anyway, no matter where it is or what it is, you want the perfect job. So learning how to pray consciously without outlining and not limiting the divine creation that's within you is a very important skill to develop. And I may talk about prayer a little bit more later on. But this is the four-legged stool. Meditation, where you contemplate and you focus your attention upon the divine. You focus your attention upon that nature, that divine creation that is infinite. And you realize that because of that infinite nature of the divine, you cannot be separate from it. And neither can anything else. Everything's part of this divine nature. Every one of us as a sentient being, we're pulling this divine, unconditional love into our consciousness, and we start turning it with our ego into things of duality. The minute we step into duality, we're stepping into the Maya. We're stepping into the dream of illusion. And when we step into that dream of illusion, there's conflict. There's conflict between us and others. There's conflict in what we think is true, what we think is right. I was meeting with a friend, a dear, dear friend of mine, who has a very bad disease. Doctors give him just a few months to live. And as I talked to him, I went into his heart and into his third eye to see I talked to his higher self. And what I saw was that he could stay if he wanted. We all die. Nobody gets out of here alive. Or he could go. What I prayed for was not that he would get well. I prayed that he would do what is correct for his soul and what is correct for his path. And if that involves him staying on this earth and spreading the Dharma some more, then that's where he's going to be, because I'm holding him in the path of Dharma. I'm holding in that holy space that his soul is going to trod. And as I align with his soul and with the divine nature of the universe, in my heart, I see him completely well and whole. And I walk in that way. I walk in faith. I keep that attention in faith. I'm walking toward it. Faith is the substance of things not present, the evidence of things not seen. Maybe he was quoting that. That's the idea. So, repeating myself again, we meditate to touch God. We contemplate our nature in that God and how we are, where we fit in, not only to the divine, but into everything on this earth. And then I pray. I pray for my consciousness to align with the divine. My ego knows what it wants. My ego wants my friend to get well tomorrow. My ego wants him perfect. My ego wants him to do everything that I want him to do, which is to be the magnificent being that he is, and continue to be here for the rest of my life anyway. But more than that, I want him to be in the very center of the Dharma. And that's where I'm walking. I see him in the center of the divine. Whether that means he leaves the body or he stays, whichever one it is, it will be perfect. Because I have aligned myself to accept that perfection, no matter what happens. So that's the four-legged stool. Meditation, contemplation, prayer. If you have nothing bothering you, then you should pray for your enlightenment. You should pray for what you need to experience. If you came in to deal with a life lesson, we all came here to deal with life lessons, every single one of us. So as we're dealing with this life lesson, we can expect that to show up in our life. So if you have a life lesson of overcoming poverty, then you will keep encountering poverty and thoughts of lack and limitation until you overcome that particular fear, until you overcome that limitation within yourself. As I've said for a couple of years now, this is where I believe this technique of the high heart really comes in, because when you're dealing with your life lesson, it's difficult. And you attract to you circumstances that allow you to interface with that need to deal with it. Whether it's in poverty or relationships or occupations or whatever, stability, instability. So if you came in to work on that life lesson, you can expect it to show up in your life. And as an advanced perceiver, you're happy to see it there. You no longer push it away. You no longer shield yourself from it. You no longer fight it. You welcome it in. on and all of its horrible. And as you sit and have tea with this nasty, horrible energy, right into the void, let it go, knowing that as it goes into the void, it goes into unconditioned love. Then cover that space with love until, after many practices, I've done this many times perhaps, there's no longer the issue. It happens, but it doesn't bother. Remember, it's what's going on between the words that really matter. Pretty soon it all starts to fall together. The confusion of life gives way to a pattern. The fears, the angers, all of those horrible things that we create in our minds dissolve into gentleness and light. I know I'm not talking very loud, but I don't feel like talking very loud this evening. I'm talking soft to reach beneath the layers of your resistance. To encourage you to accept your fears, accept those things that you don't want, and heal yourself of that darkness. When you get rid of the darkness, there's nothing but light. I call that enlightenment. And we spend our time getting rid of the darkness. It's what we do. We can either fight it, which gives it more power, or we can dissolve it into the oneness of all. This is the salvation. This is the good news. This is the gospel. It is the redemption of your soul. Meditation, contemplation, prayer, and acceptance of the Dharma, and walking toward your intention. As a teacher, I encourage you to face your fears, to face those horrible memories that you have, and to somehow dissolve them inside yourself. Put them into the void, not inside your body, not inside your chakras or anything. Put it into the void. It cannot hurt you if it goes into the void. It cannot make you sick if it goes into the void. It has nothing to stick to when it goes into the void. It has no thing to do except become unconditional love again, which is how it started out in the first place. Get rid of your fears. A good friend of mine said he had to work 2 weeks on getting rid of one of his angers. Wow. That's so inspiring. How is your life going? How are you doing? Are you smiling more than you're frowning? Do you get upset when things don't go your way? Do you get angry? You have to wait on somebody for some reason? Do you feel bad when people have to wait on you because some delay of some sort? Can you just let it all go? Can you forgive yourself? Sometimes it's easier to forgive others than to forgive yourself. But it's necessary. You are God in the flesh. And God does not think badly of itself. God does not hate itself. There's nothing there to hate. You are a magical being. You've incarnated. You're having a life. How exciting. And as you raise your consciousness, as you raise your level of attention by letting go of all of these fears and angers and disappointments and all the things that have caused you to feel like a victim your whole life, as you let go of those things, you become into a higher state of mind. And in the higher state of mind, the law of attraction pulls those things to you that are in that higher state of mind. You're no longer down in the depths where you're fighting and being fought. You're no longer in a place of greed and grabbing, dog eat dog. You're no longer in those lower hell. You're now raised your consciousness up to the higher levels. And you get the consciousness of that. I feel that I have a magical life. Things happen to me. It happened tonight. It was so frustrating. I had the wrong, something was wrong, and when I set it up, and I knew by the time the thing was supposed to start that there would be people there, and there was nobody there. Thank God I had Dharma. But throughout the whole process, I didn't get upset. I used to, but not anymore. And I wish for you the same kind of grace, the same kind of peace, that even in the midst of all of your fears and all of those things that have ever bothered you, that now you're at peace with yourself. Realizing that other people are in their states of mind, they're doing their stuff, the law of attraction is coming to them. But if you no longer live there in your mind, then you're unaffected by it. You still see it happening around you. It doesn't bother you. So I encourage you to meditate, to contemplate on the higher things, and to pray. Pray for yourself and to pray for others. And to seek the path of Dharma that's above your egoic projections, that's above all of those things that you think it should be, and accept that there's a better way that maybe you're not aware of. And realizing, as Buddhists, that everything is transitory. All the things we pray for, unless you're praying for enlightenment, everything you pray for is going to come and go. But enlightenment remains. So that's a good thing to pray for. Your own awakening. And as you do, recognize that as your process is starting for your awakening, that those dark areas in your life will start showing up. You'll have to deal with them. And I've already showed you how. I guess that's it. Um, at some point in the future, I'm going to have an evening where we have chant. I don't do that normally when I have a meditation because I do this all by myself. But to have a chat going with you, where you can ask me questions, we'll do that. We might do that one of these evenings. I don't know if I'll do it on a Sunday. I might do it on an evening. Let me know how you feel. Email me. Let me know. Play some music. Meditate. Yeah, let's do this. Namaste.